Hi you guys, it is Thursday, August 23rd, 2018. My name is Doris and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 157. Welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time to spend it with me and to see what I've been up to. You can find the show notes for this podcast at knitandpurl-doris.blogspot.com. Purl is P-E-A-R-L. There's a link in the down bar below to the show notes and to the Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast. In social media, I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out. On Ravelry and Twitter, I am One Fine Design, the number 1 on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together on Instagram. I do a birthday shout out for the Ravelry group every podcast. Today's birthdays are from August 15th to the 31st. And on my show notes are here, that's why I'm looking here. We have CC Knits, who is Carolyn. Her birthday was on the 16th of August. We have Dragon Lady, who is Yvonne. Her birthday was on the 20th of August. We have No Me Knitter, who is Luann. Her birthday was also on the 20th. We have Bookworm's Corner, who is Pamela. Her birthday is on the 22nd, or was on yesterday. We have Erica E., who is Erica. Her birthday is tomorrow, the 24th. We have Youngblood, who is Jennifer. Her birthday is on the 27th. And last but not least, we have Simona Maloney, who is Simona. Her birthday is on the 31st of August. So happy birthday. I hope that you all did have or will have a wonderful birthday, that you got good gifts, get the things that you wanted, and some of them would be fibery, yarny things. That you got to spend time with friends and family, and that you enjoyed your version of a birthday cake. Happy birthday, you all. And if it was your birthday during this time and you don't share that information on Ravelry, I hope you had a wonderful birthday as well. Okay, that brings us to Summer Along, which is coming to a screeching halt in 7 days, which means you still have an opportunity to proclaim your project and show some progress before the end of the month. So if you're, want to get involved for a chance to win prizes, go put a scrappy PC, whip, or new project in the August thread. The rules are you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. Whips are welcome. Any scrappy PC project that is a whip or a new project. There's prizes each month. So on August 1st or after, claim your project with a picture or a link to a progress page. Excuse me. And at the end of the month, post in the same proclamation post your progress, a picture of your progress, for a chance to win by random number generator. In the thread, chatter is also welcome. So that is all of that. The Summer Along wasn't well received this year, and I don't know why. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. I know we're all busy doing fun stuff during the summer, so I'm trying not to let it bother me. But anyway, if you're interested for a chance to win, go enter a PC scrappy project, and in a few days, post your progress for a chance to win. Okay. Story of the Week and Stash Enhancement. We survived the annual Bull Float trip this past weekend. We enjoyed the camping and spending time with the visiting with friends and family. And the concerts were okay. Ted and I did not float because Ted got a bad belly, but he's doing okay now. It just wasn't going to be convenient for him to be on the river in a raft for several hours. So we stayed back, relaxed. Ted took a nap. I read a book. It was wonderful. So, and then I worked on some projects, which you'll see those things in their WIP section. I finished some things. I also received a pattern from a viewer. Thank you so much. And I'm showing it to you because I'm going to show you. The name of it is a shawl called the Survivor Shawl, and it is a shawl for breast cancer awareness. Here is a picture of it. I don't know if you can make out. Come on. There you is it. Can you see it? Oh boy. Hold still, Doris. Anyway, it is a shawl for breast cancer awareness, and I would like to do a knit along for the month of October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I would like people to knit this along with me and, you know, post pictures and or something. If you can't get the pattern, if you could just knit something pink, shawl wise, whatever. I'll nail down the specifics, but please let me know in the down bar below or in the Ravelry group episode thread whether you're interested in joining along for this, if you think it's a good idea. I'm probably gonna do a knit along and I'll put it in the group. I don't know. Let's play it by ear right now. But I really want to do that for October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a beautiful shawl. If you can see at the bottom, it has the awareness ribbons along the bottom. Beautiful. Sarah Hepworth knit this one, I know, I can tell. Anyway, it is a Survivor Shawl by Sarah. Nah. I don't know why, is it not? It doesn't like this. Anyway, beautiful pattern. Thank you so much, viewer, for gifting me that pattern. That's all I'm sharing in the Story of the Week and Stash Enhancement. We do have a health pearl. Whoops. The health pearl I found on Pinterest. So let me open it. Here it is. 11 tips for living better. You'll find the link to this in the show notes, but this is give you an idea of what it is. It is 0 through 10. And it says 0 empty calories or processed foods, 1 hour of exercise or reading or both a day, probably both a day, 2 liters of water, 3 cups of green tea or green juice, 4 mental and stretch breaks, 5 things you're grateful for, 6 a.m. meditation, 7 minutes of laughter, 8 hours of sleep, my failure, 9,000 steps daily, I usually hit that every day, and 10 p.m. time to sleep. I don't hit that. So I thought this was good. things to think about that's going to help help us to live better and feel better as the Health Pearl. The title is 11 Tips for Better Living by HelloNatural.co. So that's the Health Pearl. So now we have, leaning over I knocked over a finished object. Finished object number 1 is the washcloth I was finishing last week. This is the Grandma's Favorite Dishcloth by Ruth Slate. The yarn is the Caron Cotton Cake in Gerber Daisy color. The needles I used were, and I have to change that, US 8s. They're the Clover US 8s. Straight needles. Nothing else to say. This was knit twice. Once in a too big gauge. The second one, perfect. So, that is the first finished object. The second finished object is something I worked too long on, but now it's complete. What? This beautiful hand spun with sparkles that I got last year for Christmas. The color's not showing up. It is purple and pink and sparkle and beautifulness. I got 238 yards of a 2-ply, and it's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Let me open it up so you can get a better look at the strands. And I'm very happy with it. There's still, you know, uneven, thick and thin spots, but I just absolutely love it. It has got so much sparkle in it. So much sparkle. So, I told you 238 yards of a 2-ply, and this is the Azula hand-dyed spinning fiber Stargazer base. And it was, let me show you. The content is 84% superwash merino and 16% sparkling stellina. The theme was garden. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If I can let go of it, and if there's enough participation, this might be the October Knit Along prize. And you will get 2 entries if you knit the same pattern I knit. How about that? Otherwise, just something pink and breast cancer awareness-y. There you go. More on that later. So, okay, works in progress. The pinwheel, I started a rouge square. I have two more rows and a to complete. I didn't get very far. I tried to finish it last night, but I just couldn't. So 2 more rows and then the border, and this block will be done. This block number 8 of 21. I'm thinking though, I might not have enough yarn, and it probably doesn't have to be as big as this picture, because if you can see the picture, it's like huge. Maybe I won't do 21 brick. We'll blocks. But I don't know. We'll see. Play it by ear. This will be a long-term project, maybe not worn until next summer, next spring, who knows. I didn't tell you anything about any of this. The Pinwheel Shawl is a free pattern on Ravelry by Yarnspiration Design Studio. The yarn is Knit Picks Brava Sport in the Cotton Candy and Rouge colorway. I'm using a USF, and it's in my Knit Spin Farms beautiful cow bag. I'm gonna put my needle back in here. Trying to get a better picture so you can see. Sorry about that. That was a poor podcaster. There it is. It is the pinwheel wrap. Okay. The next project is the Novelty in my just leopard tote bag. The Novelty is a paid-for pattern that is only available on Craftsy by Laura Nelkin. The yarn is the Cloudborne Puma Cotton DK in the fuchsia colorway. Needles are US 4 3.5 millimeter, and I'm using my Knit Pro Zings interchangeable needles, 32-inch circular, and I started it June 24th. And I trying to see where I was, where that Progress Keeper was. So I got a little bit more done, and you can see this is the neck opening. 2 balls have been attached. I have, I think, 20, approximately 20 more rows before I am in the middle of this sweater. Let me just give you a helpful hint. As you're starting a project, it probably would be a very smart idea to write down what size you started with and any modifications you made, because I'm struggling right now. I don't remember what size I started this on, and I tried to count the stitches across here, and I think I figured out, but I'm down a size or 2. So follow along to see what I do. I don't think I'm going to knit the full size. I think I'm going to go down a size and hope, as far as knitting across, because this is knitted from side to side. So I think I'm going to just knit to however many repeats across to what I need, and then go on and just make it the size I am now, because it's different than it used to be. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's coming along nicely. It's a little slower than I would like for it to be, since I've been knitting on it since the end of June, and we're at the end of August. Okay. Yeah, and there's so many other sweaters now I want to knit, so. But I am determined to finish it, and I am determined that I will wear this in the winter time too, in the fall, whatever. So I just wear a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt under it. I think that would look cool too. So I had a fail with a whip this week. I got this all seamed up. This is the Canetta kerchief tank. It's a free pattern on Ravelry by Jennifer Oz. It's crocheted. The yarn is Lion Brand Ice Cream Big Scoop in the color Moon Mist. The hook I used was a J, my Knit Picks J, and I started this on June 30th. I finished it, and well, I didn't finish it. I got the straps on, and I tried it on, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So, but all is not lost, because what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to unseam these and seam them back together in such a way that I will have a beautiful spring poncho. How about that? So all is not lost. I'm just gonna, it's on hold for a while because I have so many other things I want to do. But when I get back to it, it will be a pretty spring shawl. Not shawl, poncho. There you go. That is that. So I started a new project this week in another bag by Joanne Springs Knit Spin Farm. Barnyard animal bag. I have a modified Age of Brass and Steam, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Orange Flower Yarns. Orange Flower Yarns, yes. The yarn I'm using is the Crazy Millins that I purchased from Deb of Never Cast Off, the podcast, and her Etsy store. So this is the second skein of that, and the needles I'm using is US 7 4.5 millimeter Knit Pro Zings, and I think this is a 32-inch cord, but I'm not for sure. And this is going, and it's pretty bunched up on the needles, so it's going to be hard for me to show you. So let's just see what we can do here. The Age of Brass and Steam is normally a kerchief, and this is where it would have ended, at this spot right here, as a kerchief. I wanted something bigger, so I'm continuing to knit, and I wish I could show you it better, but the needle size is not such that I can spread the needles out. So hopefully this will be done by next week, and you'll be able to see a finished object. I don't know, not next week, but in 2 weeks. It should be finished in 2 weeks. Yes, it should be. It's going to be beautiful. And this yarn, oh my goodness. This yarn is a dream. It's soft, it's squishy. It's like, see, this is a lighter and a darker pink, and this is like a pink and a blue what do you call it, marble pulled together, and then these other color repeats are shorter color repeats. So it's gonna be beautiful, and I'm going to love it. Okay, so let me put this all back in here. That's all. I started another spin, and I started it because I remember I had this beautiful skein, and it's just a natural. It is what is it? It is actually mixed BFL. I bought 2 4-ounce bumps of this a couple years ago. I spun this one. I wish I knew how many yards I'd gotten. I'll probably can look back into some of my show notes and find it, but isn't that gorgeous? I thought, oh, this would be so pretty as a shawl with a bright color kind of striped in or color blocked in. So I wanted more of that yarn, so I got out the other bump and started spinning. This is still part of the first 1 ounce actually. Isn't that pretty? Fluff. I just barely got started because I just barely finished the other. So that's on the wheel. Pinterest. I think I have a Pinterest. So I don't have a Pinterest this week. So in the down bar below and in the bottom of the show notes, there is a link to my Etsy store, which there's not a lot in it, but I'm proud of what is in it. Please go over and have a look at some things, like some things, and if you find something you just can't live without, I will happily sell it to you and ship it to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much again for taking some time out of your day to spend it with me. And I will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast. Bye, you guys.